got another good dish for you. It is a Creole risotto. This dish is my own invention. I'm sure anyone could have done it if they wanted to, if they had the same things around their house, but I did it. Recently, we had a visit from mother and father, and I made them a ham. And I made them a ham. And I made them a ham. I made them a ham. First step, I'm going to take my ham bone over here, and put it in this water. I'm going to make a stock. I'm using this assortment of vegetables, all of these vegetables exactly in that amount. When you're making Cajun food, you're going to want to have a holy trinity. Celery, onions, green bell pepper, some garlic. I'm also using carrots. And it wouldn't be Creole food if you didn't have this guy's Creole seasoning, the green stuff. I'm using arborio rice. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Of course, we've got the ham bone heating up over here. And we've got 5 chicken thighs in this Ziploc bag that we separated from a larger container we bought at the store.
It was Costco.
Preheat the oven to 425. Now it's time to touch the chicken. 1. Get it on the counter, but don't splash the chicken juice on the counter because your wife will yell at you. We're going to dab the chicken dry because we are going to try to brown it. We've got just a rough mixture of kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. I don't know, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of salt to add a little flavor. Now this is that Creole seasoning, aromatics. And you're going to want a hefty dose of this. All the flavor of the risotto, so don't hold back. Hold back your breath for a second. Cough all over your chicken and then feed it to your family. Here's how we make the risotto a little spicy, to my taste. I don't know what these peppers are called because my wife threw away the packet, but they're smoked and they're dried. Gentle, that's good. So now I've got this other Dutch oven. I've put a little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom of it, just a little bit. So we're just going to give them a good sizzle. Turn it up. I shouldn't touch the stove. All right, so this is about as cooked down as we need it to be. That's going to be a good enough broth because we're still going to be cooking the chicken in this broth, so it's going to get even more flavor. All right, these have been on one side for about, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes. I'm just going to flip them over real quick, and then I'm going to take them all the way off the heat. All right, look at the fond in this pan. That is going to add a lot of flavor to this dish. So now we're going to add the aromatics. We cut up the peppers, but we're going to leave those out till close to the end there. A few go in, it's not a big deal. Maybe we went a little overboard on the celery, but don't tell on me. Now we're just going to try to soften up this crust on the bottom of the pan. We're going to let the moisture in these vegetables kind of just settle in there, and that's going to help us. I got it on a kind of a lower heat now. We can also add a little salt at this step to kind of sweat these vegetables out a little bit. And the rice. Turn it up a little. Now we can add the bell peppers. Now we add the broth. It doesn't have to be homemade stock for sure. You can use regular chicken stock or anything you want from Swanson's. Or you could just use water because you're going to be cooking the chicken in this anyways and it will make its own broth. And I just want to show that I made pretty much exactly 4 cups of broth, which is how much I wanted. So I used 1.5 cups of arborio rice. This is going in the oven. All right, I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to have the skins kind of facing up and mostly out of the solution. I will be pretty much discarding them later, but if you can make them pretty good. And I don't know, maybe it'll add flavor. The world is yours. Get all this in there. That's the good stuff too. Goes into the 425 oven for 30 minutes. So this was in the oven for about half an hour. So now it's at about 195, 196. Now it's going to be fall apart. So you're going to want to remove the skin and the bones. And you can do whatever you want with those, but put the chicken kind of broken up back into the risotto. Now we're just tossing that shredded chicken up. Herbs, some chopped parsley and green onions. 1/4 cup each. Just gonna freshen this kind of heavy dish up a little bit. We're gonna toss the Dutch oven around, show it who's boss. That's a spicy, creamy risotto.